Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. I didn't get this prepared. Okay, first things first. Current blood sugar is 12.6, 3 arrows going down. It's very rare that we saw this. I did a correction before dinner, and it's taking effect. So hopefully it'll come and it'll settle down further. I don't know what this was today. Dinner was about an hour ago, I guess, when I took my medication. So it's giving chance. I just was able to eat now, so we may get a little bit of a bump, but we'll see. Hopefully this will come down a lot further. I am fully calibrated, and I'm all over the place. So that should tell us something here. Time and range is a little bit worse than yesterday. It is at 54%. Oops. Now we know that we want it to be 70%. So 54%, we still have some work. Again, 46% above 10, 54% below, and 10.8 is the average blood sugar. Now, if I take, let me get to the calculation part. If we do 46.8, let's just do 46% times 15 divided by 60 equals 11 and a half hours. I was over today since this time yesterday. That's a hell of a lot. But we'll work on it. What I want to do today is discuss with you where I want this channel to go. We'll see how long, if I just natter along or get right to the point. But that's what we'd like to discuss today. Where are we going to go with this channel? Stay tuned. I'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, where did this channel come from? I have been watching YouTube videos about type 1 diabetes for a while, ever since I got my own laptop. I sat down and I would watch, I'd learn. And I thought, you know what? I can do that. I miss teaching. I was a corporate trainer, and I thought, well, what do I know about? There's customer service. And then it came to me. I could discuss type 1 diabetes. I knew I couldn't really discuss all diabetes because I don't really know much about type 2. I'm sure I could interview people, but hell, I could barely get people to discuss type 1s. So, where do we go? I want to take this channel to where it's more a forum. Yes, I can sit here every day and talk about visions of where diabetes care should be. But that isn't necessarily helpful. I want to hear from you. From those of you who are living with type 1 diabetes and how it affects your day-to-day life. I'd like to hear about the challenges you have. What has worked for you? What hasn't worked for you? What medications you've tried? Times you've ended up in the hospital, times you made it through without going to the hospital. Anything about diabetes life that you'd like to share. You don't have to say names. I think people get so tied up, oh, I don't want to write in because I'll have to give them my name. No, I don't really care about your name unless you want to share it with me. And what we need to do is be able to get a forum going where it would be like we were in a meeting room, I don't know, in a church, in a hospital, and we'd have diabetes support groups. That is what I truly want. And to do that, I need your feelings about being a diabetic, lifestyle changes you had to make about being a diabetic. How long you been a friggin' diabetic? Type 1 diabetes for years was centered around juvenile care because it was only children who got it. Or that's what everyone believed. Now we're seeing older diabetics up to 30 who get the disease. Medication. What sort of medications? There's many people out there who have gone through different medications. I'm one of them. When I was really having a difficult time coming up with treatments for my diabetes, it was because you needed to come up with new ideas. For a while there, I was injecting growth hormones because my endocrinologist read some paper and saying, actually, I think it was a lady in Japan who started to take growth hormones with the advice of her doctor, and her diabetes kind of straightened out. It didn't cure it. That's another thing you can send me information on. And that is what sort of things people have told you to cure, whether it be the internet, family members, friends, acquaintances, strangers. We could do a whole thing about why those are so dangerous. And maybe we could eventually turn this into sort of like a Zoom meeting. And we can have different topics and open the floor up to you, the viewers. Am I sort of complacent being the star of the show? Oh no, I could give other people a go at it too. I know I'm lacking in a bit of my presentation skills with where I am now. So give us topics if you don't want to talk yourself, and we'll take it from there. If any of you have a nursing background, could be helpful. It would be interesting to hear from doctors and from nurses, dietitians, CDEs, certified diabetic educators, on how they view their jobs in training diabetics. What drives them nuts about us? How many of them actually have diabetes themselves? I know 2 off the top of my head, but I know there's more out there. We could also discuss sites that you've learned of, and if there's problems with the information, we can use that as a way of vocalizing and bringing the education portion to anyone who watches this. I think that's a way of keeping things current, and it's important that we do keep things current. If we don't, we might as well just shut down and forget it. I am not going to sit here and ask for donations. Oh, yes, I need donations. No, that's not what this is for. It's not a vehicle for me to make money. It's a vehicle for me to educate diabetics out there. As I said before, you know that I am not a diabetes educator. I'm not a physician. I'm not a nurse. I'm not even a CDE. Again, certified diabetic educator. What I am is a person that wants to pass on information. And you could help. We're going to start by having you send me information. And remember, my email's at the end, but I'll mention it now. Mike's Diabetes World @gmail.com. Send me your emails and we'll be able to carry on. That is where I want. I don't know, it may be a far-fetched idea, but that's sort of the information I want to bring to the table. Will you help? We'll see. Till then, I will offer my thoughts on diabetes. And these are a lot of my thoughts. There could be different thoughts out there. Some of them may work, some of them might be a problem. But that's where I want to do with this whole course. So, how are we going to do this? Well, first of all, send me stories about diabetes care, how your diabetes care was, medication stories. Stories like how I flew to Fiji. But I actually put it how I walked to Fiji. And that was because I was on a plane walking back and forth from way back in economy all the way to first class and back and forth, making sure that my blood sugar stayed intact. That's some sort of fun information that could help other diabetics. And that's what we need to do. Don't be afraid. You don't have to be afraid, but I would like to hear any diabetes information you have. Remember to bring it to Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there for a moment. And with that, I hope you have a great day. And remember to send information down below. And we'll talk later. Bye now. My email is Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com. Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com.